You may open the envelopes containing your papers. The exam starts now.
Hello and welcome back to this series of most repeatedly asked questions. Today in this video, what we are going to see is how to approach the question paper. So that is what we are going to see, and what will be the question, how the question paper looks. So this is what it is. So once you receive the question paper, so this is how it looks. So you will have your register number. So once you are given with the question paper, you need to immediately write your register number in the box, and please make sure that this question paper code, that is 20PM01T, matches with the subject code, and you can find your subject code in your hall ticket. And this same question paper code you need to write in the answer sheet where there is QP code written. Now here we can see the time, and here we can see the marks. Now this question paper is of March-April 2022. The instructions are very clear here. You need to answer all the sections. So here in section 1 and 6 you will get 10 marks. These sections are for 10 marks. 2, 3, 4 and 5 carries 20 marks, okay, each. Now if we come down, so we can see here, so this is section 1. If you see here, so if we 3 plus 3 6 plus 2 8 plus 2 10. So this section carries 10 marks. Now so this is your question number 1. So in this first question you can say 1A. So here you can see the or between, that is either you can write this or this answer. So that accounts for 1A. So this is 1A. Then 1B, that is again for 2 marks. Either you can write this or this. So any one of them. Will the choices be given the same way? Need not be. Okay. They may be question number A, 1A, 1B, or 2A, 2B. So in that way also. Now, so this question paper is given like this. Okay. Now, question number here, what is asked? What is asked here? So define project and mention any 2 projects you see in your life. So that is for 2 marks. When you see this, definition is for 1 mark. Listing of 2 projects, in this case you need not explain anything, just list, that is write the names of the project, like academic project, building construction project. So in that way you can write the name, 2 names, that's it. And here mention any 2 features of the project. When we are discussing functions or features, and then the marks allotted is only for 2 marks, then I suggest you to write 2, or better to write 1 extra, that is 3 points for this. Always make this a habit. If the question is asked for 2 marks, write 3 points at least. Now next, again either you can write define project and mention any 2 projects you see in your daily life, or you can write mention any 2 features of the project. Any one of them you can write. Define the meaning of the project management. So you will define, only define. You need not explain that because it's only for 2 marks. List different types of projects. Okay. You just list it. You are not going to explain. Okay. So what are the three different types you have? I suggest you just to write all the three types. That is normal projects, crash projects, and disaster projects. Okay. So all the three, just write this. That's it. Now, what about next question? And always remember, when you go through the question is given to you, you just go on, okay, looking at the questions first, and then whichever is most easiest to you, whichever you are very confident that you are going to write it very properly, pick those, write the question number properly along with the subdivision, and you start answering. And remember, you will have a margin on your answer booklet. Okay, so always answer within the margin. Put your question number here like this. Question number 1A, start answering. Question number 1B, start answering. Question number 2, okay, C, start answering. Okay, and I suggest not to make extra answers at the beginning. Go on writing, okay, first the main answers which you are very confident. If you want to write, that is the way I have written here, 1A, if at all it is something like this, 1A, or this is 1A question, only one, and 1B question. So if at all you are writing among one, the choice is between these two. That is, in this case, in this particular example, if I see, if at all you are writing, you know this question and also this question, and you are very confident, then only write one at the beginning, and you know this answer and you are very confident about that, and you want to write it, and you are writing this answer also, which will be counted as an extra answer, and you will be writing it at the last if you have time. So this one strategy you have to understand, and do not leave those extra answers. If at all you are confident and you have time, do attempt those. Then let us go forward. Describe the project management process or analyze difference between project and operations. So here you are describing a very short description, that should be enough, a very summarized description for project management process. And if at all you are writing this difference, so you are writing, better make a column like this and then answer the difference. Okay, and you will be writing 1, 2, 3 and 4 differences for this. Okay, so though the question is asked for 3 marks, I always suggest to write one or two extra points, such that in the hurry, if there is some mistake in 1 or 2 points, so that can be recovered. Okay, so it is expected that you write 3 points, but I suggest you to write at least 4, okay, or 5 points. Now, the next section, what we are seeing, okay, this is section 2. Again, now we are seeing that, so it is for 20 marks. Okay, so now you can see here, this question is for 5 marks, and you have 5 here, 5 plus 5, 10, and here it is 6 plus 4, 10, 20 totally. Okay, this section 2 consists 20 marks. Now, here 2A, if you observe, they are asking define project management. You can consider this 4 marks is divided as, for definition it is 2 marks, mention any two tools used in the project administrative system. Again, this question, that is writing any two tools, it carries 2 marks. So you are writing two definitions and two tools. As I said already, wherever there is a chance that you can write 1 or 2 points extra, I always suggest. So here you need to write 2, but okay, I suggest you to write all the 3. Now, here again, mention the types of project team and write at least 2 advantages of effective team. So what is asked here? Okay, again it is for 4 marks. Mention types of project teams. What are the different types of teams? Again here, now in this again, this question carries 2 marks and this question carries 2 marks. I suggest here for the types of project team, I suggest you write minimum 4 team types, and here 2 advantages. I suggest you to write at least 3 advantages, such that okay, writing 1 or 2 points extra so will not harm anything. At least it will be advantageous to you. Now, and I also don't suggest you to go on elaborately writing too much lengthy answers for such questions, because again it will cost you the time. So keep it crisp, okay, write point wise, but I suggest you to look at the marks and try to write for bit more marks, 3 marks, 3 points, but I suggest you to write 4 or 5 points, like that. Explain the use of project design concept in any project and discuss the steps involved in it. So again here there are 2 questions here. Explain the uses of project design concept, okay, then steps involved in project design. So these are the 2 things. You need to think that this carries 3 marks and steps carries 3 marks. So there are 3 steps. You are writing all the 3 steps here, and here you are writing the description that will be enough for covering for 3 marks. So this is how you should be able to approach the exam question. You should not waste time in explaining too lengthy aspect of or concept of the project design concept, and you lose time. So looking at the marks, how many marks it is, so you should be able to answer that. Then, or if this question, or you can answer, describe the use of project procedure manual and project execution plan for successful implementation of project. Again, there are 2 questions here, one PPM, one PEP. Again, because this question, overall question is for 6 marks, you can think this question is for 3 marks and this is for 3 marks. Now, next question, develop a work breakdown structure for construction of a college building. So now you need to draw, okay, the work breakdown structure of construction of college building. So in the same series, I have discussed the construction and one more work breakdown structure. You can watch them. Okay. In that I had also suggested to practice this domestic residential building and also software development. You can see here that is asked here. Okay. So you will write that, and here in such questions your neatness counts a lot. Do not scribble the diagram like this. Okay, so you please use a scale, a pencil, eraser, and you draw it neatly. You can use, okay, pencil for drawing the diagram, and then inside to write the titles, okay, or the details of the block, you can use pen. But here the neatness will have an advantage for you to get the marks. And also I suggest to take up these answers where you require more time, okay, bit at the second priority or second stage of answering, not second priority, second stage of answering. Whichever you can write it comfortably and confidently, you go ahead and answer them. Then once you go ahead and once you have done with all that answers, come for drawing these, because these require bit time and you need to give time for such answers to draw neatly. Then you have analyze the importance of communication in a project. So this is for 5 marks. And analyze the prerequisites for successful project implementation. This word analyze, actually you have to take up and analyze how or why the communication in the project is important. So this will be a part of explanation or explaining communication in the project. Okay. So in the coming series, so I'll be explaining or I'll be giving the answers for all this. So you can watch ahead. Now, the third section here list different phases of project management life cycle. Please observe here it is for 4 marks. Okay, so you need to list the different phases of the project management cycle. Need not explain it, so you can just go on explaining or writing the list that names. Okay, or list any 4 components of project planning. You will just write the you will just go on listing the 4 either phases or components of project planning. Now, as a project manager, discuss the cost and quality management. So here they are asking to cost management for 3 marks, quality management for 3 marks. You should be able to understand this and write the answer accordingly. Again here, change management for 3 marks and procurement management for 3 marks. Accordingly, you should explain these concepts. Now, the functions that I have explained in the earlier videos also, you should be able to look at the marks. If at all it is for 5 marks, I suggest you to write at least 6 points. If at all it is only for 2 marks, I suggest you to write at least 3 points. Generally, okay, if it is asked with the combination of define and list the functions, and if it is for 5 marks, definitions generally will go with 2 marks. You will be getting 2 marks there, and with that, okay, you will be getting 3 marks. Altogether it will be 5 marks. So in this way, you have to analyze the question paper and then start answering. Then discuss the applications of sensitivity analysis technique for assessment of risk. So here, what we mean by discuss is you can take it as okay, explain. So this is for 5 marks. So you need to be explaining single concept, which will be okay, for 5 marks. Again here, so we had seen this in the time and cost overrun video. So here the question is, you need to analyze the possible reasons for increasing the cost, that is cost overrun, and here it is he is asking for delay in the project. Okay, so you need to explain the time overrun concept. Okay, reasons for time overrun. Now here again, if you see here, it is for 5 marks. I suggest you to write at least 6 points. Coming to the right functions of project planning, as I said, so when you get these functions, okay, roles, so when there is, okay, when they are asking you for 4 marks and there are many number of points in your study, so I suggest you to prepare for all the points. Do not see that, okay, 4 or 5 points, just I'll prepare only for 4 or 5 points. Sometimes it may be asked for, okay, a bit more marks also. So instead of that, so prepare for all the points. Okay, I have suggested you a very simple way of remembering them. So write, if at all it is for 4 marks, I suggest you at least to write 5 points, okay, for these functions. List tools used for project planning. Okay, you should be writing all of them. briefly explain time estimate and its components. So here you should be able to explain what are the time estimate, what is that TE, and then you should be able to explain the components. What is that most likely time, optimistic time, and pessimistic time. So these are the things. So you can think that this is for 3 marks and this is for 3 marks. So this is how the marks will be split. Describe situation analysis and mention at least 6 techniques to collect information to conduct situation analysis. So this description here is for 3 marks, that is explanation of what is situation analysis, and these 6 techniques to collect the information, again that is for 3 marks, you can say. Now in this case, in this event, so as he is asking already the 6 techniques, mention 6 techniques, you need to be writing all of 6. And here situation analysis, now in this case you may consider this is for 2 marks and this is for 4 marks. So you may be answering something like this. Then explain application of smart tools for setting up the goals. Here it is for 5 marks, as we have 5 tools, so you will be explaining 5 different tools here. Describe Gantt chart for project planning. So whenever you are explaining this Gantt chart, or if they ask describe application of network diagram, or describe Gantt chart. So here as it is mentioned as application, you will be writing 5 points on application. If it is description or explain Gantt chart, I suggest you to draw a example Gantt chart and then explain it. Analyze the importance of project objectives and policies. Here as it is 5 marks, you will be writing them. Analyze importance of project evaluation. This is for 5 marks, you will be writing all of them. Then coming to this, list 4 purpose of project control. Since they have mentioned here very clearly how many you have to write, and you can also see for every list 1 point, you will get 1 mark. Explain the project audit program. So this is for 6 marks. You should write it accordingly. Explain 2 different ways of conducting performance evaluation. So since they have said 2 ways here, so each will carry 3 marks. So that is how you need to understand. Then explain the applications of critical path method and explain the application of PERT in the project management, application of project PERT. So you may require to write 5 points, 5 to 6 points, for both of them. Now coming to this, when you are approaching this network diagrams, I suggest you to take this. Once you have answered all these functions, definitions, listing, then that too in which you are very confident. Once you have completed all the confident answers in this section, that is explain section, all this, then you will be coming for drawing the work breakdown structure, and then you will come for drawing the network diagram. Here, though you are confident, you take it after answering all those explanation, confident answers first, then you will come for drawing the network diagram, because this requires you to give bit time here for analyzing and draw. Write the question number. So here it is question number 5D. Write the question number and then start answering. And always remember here neatness of your diagram, arrows. Always remember arrows should be straight. You cannot have 2 start points like this. You cannot have 2 ending points like this for your network diagram, and you cannot have a loop like this. All this indicates that somewhere something is going wrong. So observing this, you should be able to draw the network diagram. And network diagram is one thing where you can expect it is something like a mathematical problem. So you will get, once you do it correctly, so you will get complete marks. Same thing here. So here when they are asking you to develop, so to calculate this TE, you will get certain marks, and then for drawing the network diagram. Discuss, as I said, you need to explain the application of cloud technology. Here also the same case, you need to explain the application of Internet of Things in the project management. And here you should explain on how smart city projects can be developed using digital technologies. Okay. Discuss, that is, you need to explain how digital technologies can be used in education. So here, I suggest you, if at all, suddenly something like this in this question, you are not able to catch up. These are some questions you have kept at last. That is, you are finding it difficult. Then, first, complete off all the questions which you are very confident in answering. Then, start taking up this numericals, that is, drawing the network diagram and Gantt chart. After this, come and just think of, try to recall what you have studied. Then try to think from your all memories how these digital technologies can be used in education, and then start making simple points on how various digital technologies were used, can be used in the education. Let your language be simple, and let it be very, what I can say, it need not be a very long sentence. In a very short sentences, some small meaningful sentences, you can write them. Those which you are not feeling so confident, do not completely leave them. Relax, think, and try to connect the ideas of what you have learned, what you have seen outside, and then make proper sentences. Okay. So in this way, sometimes it so happens that after 1 or 2 points, you will start recalling the exact points that you have studied, and you can make the answer proper answers. Okay. So with this, we have come to the end of this video. Hope you have learned something about how to face your examination. Always remember this: once the question paper is given, please write your register number, and never ever put anything, that is, do not put the tick marks with pencil or put a dot mark on your question paper. Okay, that will be considered as an malpractice. Do not put anything, do not write anything on the question paper till you come out of the examination hall. I suggest you to take time, sit through the examination, through the 3 hours, take full time, relax, and answer. Good luck for everyone. Thank you.